Hello, everybody, and welcome to our fabulous HOLA Diversity Initiative. This month, we are LGBTQ. Welcome. This is Irma Heredia. Very happy and honored to be today in the company of fabulous Carlos Fittante, Artistic Director of Balam Dance Theater. Hello, Carlos. How are you? ¿Cómo estás?
Hi, Ima. Hola. ¿Qué tal? Mucho gusto.
Bueno, muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos hoy. Thank you again. I know you are a person of wonderful talents. You're a multi-talented performer, director, dancer of many styles. So I'm going to just read a very brief bio so that our viewers can know a little more about you. Carlos Fittante, of Spanish, Italian, Mexican heritage, and a proud member of the LGBTQ community, is a specialist in the historical dances of the 17th and 18th centuries, and the artistic director of Balam Dance Theater, where he performs traditional Balinese, Baroque, and Spanish Escuela Bolera dance styles. His diverse and innovative cross-cultural choreographies and performances have received critical praise from the New York Times, Village Voice, and Dance magazine. Carlos attended the School of American Ballet. He has a Master of Fine Arts in Dance from Peck School of the Arts. He has taught extensively mask and gesture at the Lee Strasberg Institute and presently works as an adjunct assistant professor in the dance department at Queens College City University of New York. Yes, so a fantastic dancer, amazing director, an extraordinary person. Welcome, Carlos, and thank you for joining us on the month. We are LGBTQ. How are you doing, Carlos?
I'm terrific, Ima. I'm looking forward to the new year. Yes, 2021. So, and well, you and I are colleagues and friends for years now, so it's wonderful to see you.
Me too. I'm very, very happy to be honored with the pleasure of interviewing you today. So I know you are a very, very passionate dancer and a true artist at heart and at soul, who also creates wonderful opportunities for many other artists and who embraces everything, multicultural events, languages, everybody. And it's an honor to start the new year with you. So tell us about when did you feel that love for dancing and for the arts? Take us back to the beginning of the beginnings.
Okay. You know, it's so I grew up in a suburb of Massachusetts, Boston rather, in Massachusetts, and I was going to be my dad was a college professor, and my mom from Spain was a singer dancer. So we always had music and books in the home. I thought I was going to be a doctor. And my last year in high school, I saw a television ad for the Nutcracker Ballet. And when I saw those dancers on stage, I felt my skin go on fire from head to toe. I was transfixed. And I knew that that meant that there was something about dance that I needed to understand better. So in secret on my own, I got on my bicycle. I went to a local dance studio. I tried a class, and that was it. I fell in love. I knew that I had found my mission in life, which is a life dedicated to dance. So long story short, I studied for about a year with a wonderful teacher locally, and then moved to New York to pursue my dream of dance. And here I remain in New York City all these years later.
Wonderful. So, Carlos, please share with us some of the highlights of your journey as a dancer, and then how has that transformed also into teaching, a great movement coach for many filter pieces, because you have done it all. So tell us about the highlights of your journey or the experiences that truly touched you the most at heart and help you grow as a person, as an artist.
Well, Ima, that's so well phrased the question that you bring up the point about a person and an artist. So the I started with my first love is ballet, so I started with this dream of ballet, and I did perform in ballet. I did uh, enter the ballet world, but I also didn't fit in 100%. And so there were things about my character, like my intellectual curiosity, my interest in culture, um, the a conscious acknowledgement of how the arts and especially dance can be a spiritual experience. So uh, I sort of just life put people and opportunities in my way that opened these doors to cultivate these other aspects. So um, before I knew it, I was sort of freelancing, um, learning different styles, and one of those being Balinese dance, with the founding director Eileen Pinder of the Balam Dance Theater, of which now I am the artistic director. And but you can imagine being a ballet trained dancer and then suddenly having to study dance from Indonesia was so different. So the idea of finding your own path, and sometimes that can be lonely and frightening because you don't have the support or the affirmation of going on a familiar journey or a road that's clear. So you yourself are a pioneer. You're living in another country, and forging ahead with bringing your own unique blend of performance and higher consciousness in terms of as a person. So it's all these things, like the idea of um, wanting to be happy and be true to oneself, but also completely committed to the art. And so I would say that the highlights for me were it was a process of um, redefining my dream with more clarity based on the specifics, the conditions that were presented around me by life.
Wonderful. Thank you, Carlos. Now, I have enjoyed, seeing you perform so many different styles, right? From the Ramayana to flamenco dance to even belly dance, right? You do it all. So, um, what do you have a favorite style, or can you tell us about a piece that you created that meant more? I know you love all of your pieces, but we always have like a favorite one. So you would like to share with us? Mhm.
Um, so I don't know if I have a favorite piece, but I have a signature piece, and it does fit into the LGBTQ identity, and it's called Amantes. And so it's a short piece. I wear a Balinese mask, a feminine mask, and then I have a long wig. I'm bare chested and in a velvet skirt. So it's already exploring the idea of gender identity in not such a binary way. And um, it uses a rumba by Juan Gabriel, that beautiful singer songwriter who you hear him and you just melt. So I would say that's my signature work, in that it uses sensibilities from the Balinese culture. It uses sensibilities from Western culture, ballet line and making, moving the legs and the gestures. It's sensual, it's intimate. So I would say that that is a signature work, but I tend to just fall madly in love with whatever I'm working on at the moment. So it's, every moment, every piece, um, that I begin is captures my full attention and my interest, and it's like spending time with a person. You want to give them your everything when you're with them so that it really matters. And I should mention the Baroque style is a very deep root in myself, and I was fortunate to be hired by the New York Baroque Dance Company, and then little by little had to do research. So this idea of dance and culture, where there's the art, but then there's the history and the reasons why. How did the people feel about it, and what did it mean to them? And so understanding that, or uh, creating answers for possible answers for myself, is something that I love very much.
Wonderful. So we normally ask about the figure of mentors and role models, and I know you are known for being a great mentor to many and to inviting people into Balan Dance Theater and really bringing the best out of them and incorporating all styles. But who were your mentors that really had a very positive influence in your life and in your journey? And how are you that now to others?
Mm, that's a so I definitely had mentors and have mentors. I mean, I could say my first dance teacher in Salem, Massachusetts, Jimmy Ray, his love and his generosity. So I've always gravitated to people who were like a beacon, a light in this world of sometimes passing shadows. And then there was Eileen Pinder, of course, who offered academic rigor because she was a choreographer, a CUNY tenured assistant professor, associate professor, sorry, and um, uh, a cross-cultural researcher. So her inquisitive um, nature and her interest in detail. So there was that. She instilled in me the love of the Balinese dance. Catherine Torosi, founding director of the New York Dance Company, her star-like quality and artistic excellence. So I had these people, but Ima, it could be a mentor can be someone that you have not even a lot of contact with. I danced a few times for choreographer Flower Yuge, who died at 92 shopping for her costume for her next performance. And so for me to meet a dancer who was so in love with dance that even in her 90s, she was preparing her next project. For me, that's a mentor. I hold on to that. I want to be that person, if I can. So um, I definitely am drawn to people though who um, exude like a kindness, a love of what they're doing. And then I think in terms of being a mentor to other people, I think it's a collaboration. I view it. So I don't consider myself a mentor, more like a colleague, artistic friend, and there's the discussion, and then there's the finding out what's going to work for the individuals present. So the authenticity.
Beautiful. We love authenticity and we are all for shopping for our costumes in our 90s or even our hundreds. Okay, we're in the planet to keep performing and bringing joy. So, um, thinking of of your journey, right? When you discover this deep passion in you, it's like, okay, I'm gonna be one of those people in the Nutcracker, right? I'm dancing. So I'm sure there were moments in your journey that were challenging, and I know there will be viewers out there, right, connecting with your message who have also found a passion, but they say, oh my God, where do I start? What do I do, right? So, what's your advice for any age? Because you can feel a passion at any age, and I'm a big believer in that. It doesn't have to be when you are a kid. You can find out a passion every day of your life, and that keeps us alive, right? So anybody who suddenly has a wake up call, like this is what I want to do. This. So what would be your message today to them, and how whatever you experience in your journey can help them?
Um, so I think the opinion or the advice, my based on like my I think just talking, if we were just talking, I would say that um, if you feel something, a passion for something, that's your intuitive self really letting you know that that's important, that that has meaning for you, and so you don't have to um, worry about how that's going to manifest in terms of are you going to be great or famous or that that's less important than just the love of what you feel. And so if you feel that, then you do that. And doing it becomes it can be on so many different levels. Like for example, during the COVID lockdown, we were all in our little safe spaces. So I was dancing in my apartment. I was going back to my like my journaling. So even just 5 minutes here, a little bit, but you do it with your whole heart. You makes it's meaningful to you. That is keeping it alive. That is growing that seed inside of you, and it's really, I believe in God, so it's like God's timing or the nature. The flower is going to open up in its own way. You don't have to worry how it's going to open up. It is going to open up, and in service to just the right communities, so we can just focus on the believing in what you feel and not giving up, never giving up, right? And even if it's just you're thinking about it, and then enjoying, do your practice with love, because I used to be really harsh on myself. Oh, I didn't do this well, and dances are all about physical perfection, and then I realized, wow, I wouldn't talk to my students the way I talk to myself. So I have to really rethink that and be kind, like appreciate your mistakes are not mistakes. They're your intrinsic beauty, your real, just unfiltered beauty coming out, your uniqueness. So you just embrace that, and you can cultivate, you can polish it if you like. But I think the commitment and love and commitment are the key elements.
Wonderful, thank you. I think that's the magic word. Stay committed and stay in the love of what you have for your art, and everything else will magically fall into place. It's
Yes.
love and action, of course, but of course, loving ourselves, because you are totally right. We wouldn't talk to a friend like that. So why are we so hard on ourselves? So definitely. So now, Carlos, uh, you are so multicultural and multi-talented, right? So how has your culture and your identity influenced the approach to your work? Because I know you're very unique. You mix styles that are unthinkable. I mean, I have to bring up when we did the bilingual Ramayana, right? Like that's that's like beautiful. And please explain for our viewers what a little more what the Ramayana might be, because that talks a lot about your uniqueness and your love for making the art available for everyone. So please go ahead.
Yes, so the Ramayana is a Hindu epic. It's as an equivalent might be like a story from the Bible, and we did in the Washington Heights area. You were our narrator, and so it was bilingual in Spanish and English. And Balam has this Balinese fusion ballet inspired by the Ramayana story, and it was with live gamelan music. And basically, so the artists each bring their movement specialization. So Toshi brings his karate and no theater. Robin brings her ballerina point work. Uh, Barbara Romero brings her Spanish dance. Ima brings her singing, her hostessing in her flamenca outfit. So it's it's amazing. And so one might ask, well, how do all of these cultures and styles, how can they coexist or support each other? But they do. And I think the common thread, and this is what I have found physically in my physical training of different dance styles, it's the the thread, the common thread is the humanity. Like people are people in the past, present, and the future. We have the same hearts and same values. And so how my cultural heritage, being I like to say Latino, right? And LGBTQ. There's the idea of being authentic, and family's important. Um, Respectful of traditions, but then independent enough to customize the beliefs so that they're ring true and they're not harmful. Yeah. So the finding the deeper truth, if you will. So I like to think of the universalism like the golden rule. I just treat people the way I think I would like to be treated myself. And that's kind of true in the multiculturalism. So, of course, it is incumbent upon me to try and learn the styles in accuracy, with respect and honest. So it's not just a superficial dabbling, but that I really have embodied some of the values, the aesthetic values of each of the styles. And in order to do that, I've had to go into like a deeper understanding of what are just basic physical principles, somatics. And oh, I want connectivity, I want breath, I want ease of movement, I want expressivity. So all of these uh, overriding deeper truths in the dance experience.
I love that deeper truth and authenticity, and that is so valuable. And I'm sure you're inspiring so many, so many, because we think of ballet, that's for skinny people. Sorry, it's like I think of my own body image, right? And no, the arts is really for everybody, and everybody can really do everything. You just adapt and bring your own uniqueness and your love for it and your discipline, of course. And that takes me to the next question, because you have performed in so many wonderful venues, from the Metropolitan Opera to amazing open air shows in Central Park, right? So I would like to ask you about a dream project. I know you've done it all, but a dream project, something you would still like to do. Carlos, let's put it out there in the universe.
This is a hard question. I'm not really a planner, Ema, so I don't really have a dream project. I think my dream is to be like Flower Yuge, to always be with dance, to be dancing until it's time for me to go, you know? So that's my dream, is to just always be dancing, be connected to dancing, be learning about my body as it changes, to be sharing dance, uh, to make it available to everyone and anyone who wants to. Like you said, you don't have to be skinny or strong or flexible or anything. You can be any age. That we dance with our fingers, with our eyelashes. So I want to just live my life, my entire life, in dance. That's my dream project.
Well, you are. You live dance, you breathe dance, and you make it available to everyone by bringing opportunities to many artists, and also bringing your own shows everywhere. Because even during the pandemic, I've seen pictures of you dancing with your mask. I mean, right? I mean, you
Yes,
can
yes.
tell us a little more about the projects you've been working on recently, or if you are planning a future project. And I love how you adapt to anything. Okay, we dance with the mask. Great. Uh, or okay, we are going to have live music with 50 people and we need to organize it. Great. So one of your beautiful qualities is your positive spirit and how you adapt to every circumstance, right? So please tell us a little more about your latest projects and upcoming future projects.
Sure. I guess I tend to be a person who responds to what life presents, and rather I have two brothers. My younger brother is such a planner, so he had a 10-year plan, a 15-year. I don't have any of that, you know. So like, oh, what's around today? Oh, let's do this. So a musician colleague sent me these beautiful pieces of viol music written in the 17th century from England. She had just reconstructed them, and so she said, "Would you be make some dances?" So I'm making some Baroque dances to them, and it's getting me to go back to my research. Like, oh, this is a courant. It's a 3/2 form, and it's duple meter, but it's a triple meter envelope. And what does that mean? And so I'm working on that, and I just completed one of four, and today I hope to get to the studio and start the second. Um, I thought for the new year, very often working on projects, I think of colleagues and friends. We have something coming up in May, I hope, fingers crossed, right? Before that, Ryan Kloss, who's a lutenist on Long Island, I was thinking that he and I might be able to do a webisode series of a single children's story or a fable where he finds different pieces of music for the lute. And then using my Balinese masks, I become each of the characters. And so it would be like a little 10-minute dance music narrated thing that's in the works. So and there'll be more. There'll be many more things. So Balam Dance Theater is um, available for all of the company members' creativity. So if there's a direction that someone feels they want to look at, I'm into it. Why not? Sure.
Wonderful. And since this month we are celebrating, we are LGBTQ. Is there a specific message you would like to share with members of the community who might need a little support or inspiration, or who might feel they don't quite fit in? So, what's your message of love and support?
Yeah, Ima, I was thinking about what does it mean to be a member, proud member, out member of the LGBTQ community, and what are the issues? Like I even was doing a little reading online before the interview, and so the word you said it's support. I think when uh, growing up, I was very different. I didn't know how that was. I was also an immigrant child. So the so I know what it's like to be as on the periphery or the fringe of society, not to fit in, and then there can be a lot of negative reinforcement that comes from that position. So I think the process is really about being authentic, finding who you are, and then finding support to be who you are. And then for me, it's also then like creating positive, good energy for others. And they don't have to be of a same group. It doesn't matter. We just want to be, we want to be beacons of light to help everyone fulfill their potential. I think that's like the purpose of life in a way. So for
And what
LGBT,
a bit awesome.
yeah, like
What
just
a
like
beautiful world would be, right? We are all fulfilling our potential. Please continue.
yeah, I think just like finding support and and it's a personal process. Some people do it internally, privately. Some people seek support through communities extended beyond their family or their or areas of birth. It's a process. Yeah.
Well, it's a process, but from HOLA Diversity Initiative, we're here to support everyone, to send infinite love, because everybody has so much to offer. So, Carlos, anything you would like to share that I haven't asked you? So, is there anything else you would like to add?
Um, I think I think you covered a lot, Ima. I've just I just hope everyone has a safe and uh, uh, spring-like new year, that we're ready for a rebirth, renaissance, if you will. Um, and the past year has really helped me focus on appreciating the simple things, really reinvesting in slowing down and savoring all the blessings that are available right now. So I think I wish that for everyone, that they feel blessed and opportunity abounding around by them.
Beautiful. Abundance and great health for all. That's our wish. And how can our viewers find you on social media or any, your website, all of that? So how can people find you? And your last departing words of wisdom, any message for humanity?
Well, you can look up Balam, Balam, stands for Balinese American Dance Theater on Facebook. We also have a website blog, balamdancetheater.blogspot.com. And those have our email, which is same company name through Gmail. And words of wisdom, como se dice en España, ¿verdad? Que hay que disfrutar los momentos, disfrutarlo bien. Enjoy yourselves. That's words of wisdom, yes.
Bueno, eso es lo mejor que hemos podido añadir al final. Vivir la vida con alegría, right?
Eso
disfrutar
es, sí.
de cada momento. Disfrutar
sí,
de cada momento.
Sí, gracias.
So, Carlos, it's been such a wonderful pleasure and an honor to be with you today. Again, everybody, if you would like to find Balam with a name at the end, Balam, Balam Dance Theater on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, you can easily find Balam Dance Theater. Carlos, thank you. Thank you for being part of this world and bringing so much love and light through your love for dance and bringing so much inspiration to everybody. So it's been a wonderful pleasure to be with you. Thank you. Everybody have an amazing, wonderful new year. Thank you, HOLA. Thank you to the HOLA Diversity Initiative this month. We are LGBTQ. Thank you all. We love you. We appreciate you. Have fun. Diviértanse. Muchísimas gracias a todos. This is Inma sending you lots of love. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Chao, Inma. Gracias.